My name is Eric Butz,
I'm Gina Woods.
and we've been going to Nona Church since the very beginning.
Hey, I'm Phil.
Hi, I'm Sue.
Yeah, we've been at Nona Church since right after it started.
Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Kelly.
We're the Robertsons. We've been here at Nona Church since 2016 when we moved to Orlando.
When we first moved to Lake Nona, there were a lot of startup churches in the area.
Did you have somebody that told you? Might softballing that to you as well.
And Kelly Googled Lake Nona churches or something like that, and Nona Church showed up.
I was in a Bible study in a different part of town, and another lady there said to me, you should check out Nona, it's in your area.
We've seen a lot of them come and go, and so there was a feeling that first day of like, is this really gonna work? Like, or is this gonna be like all these other places?
It was at the YMCA, and the first time that we went, there was no power. And so they had rearranged all the chairs like around the center stage. And the worship leader was like turning circles, trying to like sing to everybody.
I remember when we first had a baptism and we went outside to the pool out near the YMCA, and I think I feel like it was really cold. I felt badly for Colin because the water was so cold and the air was cold.
It was fun to think about the children's ministry in 2016 because the 3, 4, and 5-year-olds were actually in the teacher's lounge where we blocked off the refrigerator and stove. And it was a good Sunday if we had like 10 kids.
It felt like we were planting like a sapling in the ground that we were like, let's hope this grows. And like just to see it like grow and mature and like become this like sheltering tree for people has been so cool. But I think it felt like that, even that day, it felt like this is gonna be something big. It's exciting.
Nona Church has grown a lot and changed a lot from when we first showed up.
I remember just when you started to see new faces, like people that weren't part of that core group.
I remember as it was growing, being like looking around and being like, there's so many people I don't know.
The number of times that I've had somebody tell me like, oh, we've been going to Nona, and I'm like, you have?
I remember even at the YMCA where it started this, kind of half the gym, they had that little divider down the middle. And then it was a big day when we got to, move to the full gym, and then it was rotated to the side, and then eventually we had to turn it the other way because we just kept adding more and more chairs.
And I remember talking to Colin about, hey, what's community group like? What's, how do we get involved? We'd like to be small group leaders, that kind of stuff.
I think about our journey in community groups. So we started in a community group, and then that community group almost immediately split into 2 because it was too big, and then that one split into 2, and then that one split into 2.
I was just thinking about how a couple years ago I had a minor surgery, and he was traveling, and so the women from our group took me to the hospital and waited with me and picked me up and took me home and made sure I had everything I needed, and that's the kind of relationships that we have.
I feel like these are our people, and this is, the people we want to do a pandemic with. These are the people that we want to go through hard times with.
Another reason why we've stayed at Nona is because both of us have found places where we can use our gifts and bless.
There was a time probably about 2 years in where Colin did a home series and kind of challenged us to stay. Since that day, I literally have not picked up the phone or returned a call to a recruiter and just kind of said, we're going to be here.
I think at some point in time, Sue and I could have been anywhere, with her looking for work, we could have moved anywhere in the country. But as we were at Nona Church, we got God's moving here and we want to be a part of that. And so why would we go anywhere else?
If you told me then where we would be now, I don't know that I would have been completely surprised, but a little bit surprised, I think, but very happy. And it makes me think it just feels like God's hand is on this church. I'm just really grateful that we can be part of that. And it's not just about us coming to church for ourselves, it's about making an impact. That's what we've always hoped for.